Hi everybody, this is Speed Force Spector
Geek what?
and welcome to an all-new Fandom Is Magic. This
Woo.
time we're talking about something I've already talked about on my channel, and if you see my Twitter account, you kind of know where this is going.
So you sent me this article from Deadline, and it says Shawn Mendes to voice Lyle Crocodile in Sony's adaptation of the classic children's book. And it has a picture of this crocodile, which is super cute, and then Shawn Mendes, who is super cute. All
Yes.
right. So it says Sony's highly anticipated adaptation of the classic children's book Lyle Crocodile looks to have found the musical star who will voice the lovable main character. Sources tell Deadline pop star Shawn Mendes is set to voice Lyle in Will Speck and Josh Gordon's Lyle Crocodile for Sony's pictures. Javier Bardem, Constance Wu, and Winslow Wegley. I don't know if that's how you say their last name. I apologize if I got it wrong. Are on board to star. Speck and Gordon will direct, with the script being adapted by Will Davies. The film is based on the best-selling children's book by Bernard Waber. Published in 1965, the venerable children's tale centers on the title reptile who lives in a house on East 88th Street in New York City. Sounds fantastic. Lyle enjoys helping the Prim family with everyday chores and playing with the neighborhood kids. He's the happiest crocodile any home ever had until one neighbor insists that Lyle belongs in a zoo. Oh, Mr. Grumps and his cat, Loretta, sounds awful, don't like crocodiles, and everything Lyle does to win them over seems to go wrong. It will take all of Lyle's charm and courage to reveal the hero and friend behind the big crocodile smile. Goes on to say Speck and Gordon are producing alongside Hutch Parker. Dan Wilson is executive producing for Hutch Parker Entertainment, and Kevin K. Vaffey is executive producing for Speck and Gordon. The film's exclusive producers, Benji Pensky, Pasek, I said that wrong. Anyways, and it's Benj Pasek and Justin Paul wrote original songs for the film alongside Mendes. Of course, he did. Ari Afsar, Emily Gardner, Zoo Hall. Oh, there's so many names. Mark Somblick and Jorah Kwame. Brittany Morrissey is overseeing the project for the studio. Now, the film will bow on November 18th, 2022. The film will mark the first role in a major studio film for the pop star. Mendes is a Grammy nominated multi platinum singer and songwriter whose fourth studio album, Wonder, debuted as #1 on the Billboard 200 chart, marking Mendes' fourth straight #1 album. In 2019, he was nominated for a Grammy for Best Pop Duo/Group Performance for Senorita, his single with Camila Cabello, and was nominated in 2 categories for the 61st Annual Grammy Awards, including Song of the Year for In My Blood and Best Pop Vocal Album for Shawn Mendes. Mendes is rep by Andrew Gertler, AG Artist and Management, and AC or CAA. So first question for you I have, because this all sounds fantastic in my opinion, except for a couple of things. But so the first thing I want to ask you about is, how do you feel about Sony being the studio to handle? Do you think they're the best studio for
Okay,
this movie?
so I'm gonna have you answer that first, and then I'm gonna go second because I have a whole lot to say about that.
Okay. I think that I'm gonna say yes, and this is why. I think that Sony, when it comes to, because like this is the thing, I've never heard of this book before, and hopefully you can explain it to me. But I think that Sony is good when it comes to these more family films. They do their animation, as far as that goes, I have a tendency to like. And even though this is a live action animation kind of melding, I don't know what that's called as far as that goes, but
It's a
I
CGI hybrid.
right on. I think that I will like it. It just depends on the story. Like if it's anything like Clifford the Big Red Dog, then I'm not gonna like it. But I think that with this cast, maybe I will like this one. Plus the animated character talks, so that's always helpful. Clifford didn't talk in that movie, which I maybe that was the part I didn't like. What do you think? Do you think Sony is a good studio for this project?
Okay, so first off, yes, I think it's a great idea. Now, I want to kind of go into the amalgamation of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, you got to keep in mind what was the last book animated CGI hybrid movie that Sony did?
Ooh, I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Peter Rabbit.
Oh, Peter Rabbit. Oh, I like Peter Rabbit.
Okay, so I have not tuned into that at all,
Gotcha.
but I will base my perspective from what others have said, but mostly negative.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people didn't like the movie mostly because it was a different Peter Rabbit. Now,
Mm,
Peter Rabbit has always had different interpretations, but one thing about the character and one thing that they called out about the movie was Peter Rabbit is a soft good boy. Like
hmm.
he's an all-round wholesome character. Peter Rabbit, on the other hand, well, one problem was it was voiced by James Gordon, and everyone was tired of that man already.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but Peter Rabbit in the movie is like one gigantic asshole,
He was,
and
yeah.
and the thing about that is it was a live action CGI hybrid, and the thing about that is Alvin was pretty much the no, I shouldn't say inspiration, but you can definitely tell they were trying to get that Alvin the Chipmunks audience.
Right on.
And heck, even Hop, but Hop was an original IP and not
Yeah, I liked both
anything
those
based on a
movies.
book.
Yeah.
But that's kind of important to think about. And like at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot of wholesome jokes or material in Peter Rabbit from what I was told.
Right on.
Um,
I have to think now because it's been so long. I haven't seen it since it came out. But anyways, finish your thought. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
and so one movie that came out that was pretty much a hidden gem was the first Paddington movie.
Oh, I love those Paddington
And
movies.
the first movie came out during Fuck You January. And if you know what that is, because you don't, okay, so
What was it called?
Fuck You January.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I
Okay,
don't know.
so film critics call January the worst month of films
Oh, okay.
because not a lot of people don't want to go to the theater.
Mm,
At the
that
same
makes sense.
time, there's not a lot of good movies, and if there are good movies, a lot of them are hidden gems.
Mm,
Nobody watched Paddington. Now, I did watch the movie when it was in theaters, but it was during the summer, so I watched it around that year, and I love that movie. That's like
oh
one
my God, yeah.
gigantic, one big wholesome fest. And when it came down to Peter Rabbit 2, people were willing to dunk on it because the last thing that they remembered was Peter Rabbit. But when they watched trailers and other things, and even the first film, people stopped dunking on it because, oh, wow, this is actually a really good product. And this hidden gem became a huge classic already. And then the second film did amazingly well. I haven't watched that, but that's already getting a third film. And that's already a big franchise already. And it even got a Nick Jr. spinoff here in the US.
Hmm.
And I feel like Sony looked at that and realized, okay, Peter Rabbit era, that's done. Let's do something wholesome. And I think using this property, because I did some research, and I will say Paddington Bear has some competition with Lyle.
Right on. Yeah, no, this picture that they have up on this article is He's super adorable, even for a crocodile. I don't like crocodiles, but
That's the okay. So the picture that's on screen, that's what it's going to look like in the movie.
yeah, it's adorable. Crocodiles are your thing. You live in Florida. And they're all like, huh.
They are, yeah.
We don't get crocodiles up here in Michigan. We get a lot of deer though. Okay, sorry, that was a side note. Okay, so my next question is, how do you feel about this cast? Um, because I don't know who Winslow.
Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know anyone except for Shawn.
Oh, gotcha.
I,
Well, I
I think
really go
I
ahead.
think
You go.
uh, who was the something Gordon something?
Well, let's hold on. I need to. Okay, so Javier Bardem, Constance Wu, Winslow, Fe Fejley. They are in it, and I just had the cast up. Just give me 2 more seconds.
Because I
Um,
think I know who Constance Wu is. I just have to
yes,
look up a picture of them.
she is in that show. Way to narrow it down. Fresh off the boat. That was like her big thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I know who that is.
And she was also in Crazy Rich Asians, but there were so many people in that movie. Like it's like she
What,
was
for real?
into yeah, and her role was so small. Like it was like
Yeah,
she was in and out, and you're all like, okay, fine.
right.
Um, and then Javier Bardem, he was a Bond villain. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean, the last one, where he was the Spanish pirate that was like all like he was like I don't know how to explain it. He was in Mother. I don't know if that helps. Um, he was in he was in Skyfall.
I think I know who that is.
Okay. Oh, he's just recently been in the being the Ricardos movie. He was Ricky Ricardo.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
anyways, okay. So I have to say right now, okay. I like Javier Bardem. I like Constance Wu. I don't like her personality as a person in real life, but as an actress, I think she's very talented. So I mean, I think she's going to bring definitely her A game. The little boy Winslow Fejley, I don't know how to say his last name. I don't know him. I mean, if he's been in something, I don't remember him. And then it also
Probably
says
for kids.
yeah, it also says that Brett Gelman is in it. I love Brett Gelman. He is so good. He makes me laugh so hardcore. Um, he was in that show Married. He was so funny. I think he's in the show Fleabag, but I have never seen that show. I'd have to see what else he's in, but he makes me laugh. And then also Scoot McNeary is in it, and I like him a lot too. He is very good. As far as I'm concerned. But that's the cast. And then, of course, Shawn Mendes, which I want to talk to you about
Well,
separately, if that's
okay.
okay.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
But who is the Gordon Levitt person or like something along those lines?
Brett Gelman, he's a comedic actor. Yeah, this little boy, I've never seen him in anything. I don't know. It doesn't say who he's playing in this movie. I'm going to assume he's playing the Prim in the Prim family. Because Constance Wu is playing the mom, Mrs. Prim.
Yeah, because there's a dad and a mom and a little boy.
Yeah, and it looks like Javier Bardem is playing Mr. Grumps. I wonder who's going to do the voice of his cat. Does his cat talk? Do you know?
The cat does not talk in the book.
Oh, bummer. That might have been fun. Do you know anything about
You know.
Lyle Crocodile, the book?
Okay, so I did some research
Mm-hmm.
and there was an animated musical, very
Oh,
short. So this is clearly why they're making it a musical. Now keep in mind, I do want to present this. In the books, Lyle is a complete mute character. So they did decide to make him talk in this.
okay.
Um, and I'll get into that with Shawn in a few minutes. Um, but there's that, and as I said when I was making that Paddington comparison, it's a wholesome movie about just this found family just taking in this little crocodile. Uh, and then there was a storyline of uh, a guy just being like here, take my crocodile. I don't want him. And then
Mm.
when he starts to become popular, he's like, nah, I want my crocodile back. We're going back on stage and stuff.
Mm.
And then Lyle doesn't want to do it. There's a whole thing
Right.
about that. And then the second book was which this movie's being based on, which I think they're just gonna combine both ideas of the musical and first book with this one, because this book pretty much is like Lyle wants to be friends with their neighbor, and that doesn't work out. And then he works at a department store. He gets kicked out, and then they try to make the friendship work. And then at the end, the guy realizes, "Oh, you're pretty chill." Okay, the end.
Right on.
It's just a fun little time. Like I never grew up with these books, but it felt like I did. I feel like that's kind of a good sign when it has that level of wholesomeness to it. So
Mhm.
it definitely has a good appeal to me already.
Right on. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So all right. So if you're okay, I'd like to talk to you about Shawn Mendes.
Yes, we could definitely talk about my man's now.
Okay, right on. So now he has not been in anything huge. He was in an episode of The 100, and I'm not gonna lie, I remember seeing him in that show.
Day after day.
Slow that piano.
Grave robber! Enough!
Yeah, no, I remember seeing him in that. And at the time, like in all honesty, I didn't know it was Shawn Mendes, but I don't. Do you think he'll do a good job?
Now
As-
that since I already know where you're going with this. So if you know me, because we talked about this when we were talking about Trolls 3,
Mhm.
I've campaigned Shawn to be in Trolls. But I also want him in other animated things. Now he actually has. He was in the movie Underdogs.
Okay.
Never watched the movie, and I think this is funny. So he played a younger version of the main character,
Mhm.
but Ariana Grande kept voicing the same character even younger, so she got top billing.
Okay.
But but keep in mind, like at the time, Shawn wasn't as popular, but he was popular enough though.
Mhm.
But the best way I could describe the performance was like Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
And but also he had like a lot of energy to the voice performance, and I'm like, yo, like Shawn should definitely think about taking up voice performance, but also the music side as well. While this isn't fully animated, I think this is perfect.
Right on.
At the same time, Lyle is like a very like sweet, kind character, and I see why they picked Shawn. Shawn as a person is kind, but he has a very calming voice that just works. And at the same time, Lyle as a character is a performer, so I could see why they would want to add a music aspect to the character and have Shawn do that.
Mhm.
And to me, I think that's what will make this version of the character and just version in general different from the books. But at the same time, as a Shawn fan, currently speaking, the man, I mean, you did hype up a lot of the stuff it said in the article, but
Mhm.
in terms of right now, his music is not getting a lot of traction,
Mm.
and this is just from the singles. And I will say this in terms of right now, I definitely feel like if Shawn's going to get that old attention that he used to from uh, Stitch's era up until Senorita era, I definitely think that of like a song in a movie, I think that'll definitely boost his popularity again.
Right on. I completely agree. I think this is a great progression for him, especially if he wants to do more like live action acting. I think
And
that this
that does and you brought it up just now. It was announced a while back. He is doing the music score for the oh, I can't think of the video game now, but they're making a video game TV show
Mhm.
about one game, and he's doing the music for it.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that because I think that a lot of these singers, they like for and I'll just bring up Taylor Swift, for instance, they do these small little roles and in movies. And I think that I think that's always for a singer, that's always good to take those like little steps. And then finally, you can be in a big movie, and you're the star. As long as it's not Cinderella. Um,
Oh
so
wow! Talk about bringing up a Shawn video with in dragging Camilla in the process.
I'll drag that. I have nothing against Camila Cabello. I'll drag that movie though. The movie was awful. It was so bad. But yeah, no, I think that this is a good step. I like Shawn Mendes. I'm not like super
You're not
huge.
like me.
What was that?
I said you're not like me.
Right on. Yeah, no, I do like him. He seems, and the thing is, I've seen some interviews with him and he seems like a charming person. Like when I do watch, interviews with him, I'm all like, this seems like a guy that I could hang out with. He seems, likable, charming, just very down to earth, even though he's like, got a guitar and he's got his like wavy hair and his nice skin and everything. But so I think, yeah, like I said, I think this is a good step for him, and I really hope he succeeds and get to see more stuff with him in it.
Same, honestly, because for me, and I said this before, like his music is like, but I didn't say this, but his music is honestly perfect for an animated movie or
Mhm.
anything animated in general. And
I
again,
agree.
while not fully animated, I think that this is a good step for Sean to maybe go into that direction. Because if anything, Sean could easily be the next Pharrell Williams, because
Mm,
Pharrell Williams did the score to the first Despicable Me movie. But they honestly just kept that soundtrack because they haven't changed it up, and like why change perfection? And then
right.
he got to finally actually have a voice and singing role in Sing 2. And
Mm,
speaking of Sing 2, Shawn Mendes also had a cover in that.
yeah. Yeah.
Kind of going back to when I was talking
Mhm.
about Sony again, like I would say right now, currently speaking, everyone's kind of in the rat race for another Paddington.
Mhm.
I mean, heck, even Disney did it with trying to do a live action Winnie the Pooh movie. I don't know if they were trying to go anywhere with that, but
Oh, I love that movie.
I haven't seen it yet. So,
Oh, I loved
but
it.
I definitely still want to see it. But it's clear, like even you said earlier, like the Clifford movie just came out a good hot minute ago,
Hmm.
and I feel like everyone's trying to definitely catch up to the Paddington train. So I feel like this is a good contender for that, and to some extent, definitely for Sony to kind of leave Peter Rabbit behind, and definitely kind of like the Alvin and the Chipmunks blueprint, kind of leaving that behind.
Right on. Well, now that you remind me that, because I remember liking that movie, that Peter Rabbit movie, but now that you say that, you reminded me that James Corden did the voice. I'm like, ugh, I don't like that movie anymore.
Like I think we're in for a treat and some banger music as well.
I agree. I agree. I think that, like I said before, I think Shawn Mendes is a great choice, and I hope. I mean, I'll definitely see it. I just hope it's good. Cross my fingers.
If
All right.
anything, maybe your kids will like it.
Oh, I know that. Well, like, yeah, I think they will. We watched that Clifford I keep bringing that up because that's the last hybrid I can think of that we watched. But I think maybe music might have helped that one, but Clifford didn't talk. So, I mean, and plus the movie was just garbage. It wasn't good. So maybe, I mean, I think that they will definitely watch it, whether they like it or not. They're toddlers, so I don't know, but yeah, I will. They would definitely watch it, I think. So all right, you guys. So that is our latest episode of Fandom is Magic. We hope you guys liked it and everything. Keep coming back. We like to talk about animation and different types of movies and all that good stuff. I'm Geek What, and this is Speed Force Spector. And we'll see you guys later.